Hey everybody, so today was very much a thinking day in math class. So what I'm going to do is go through the whole assignment with you. So as you go through, sometimes I talk too fast. So then your job is just to push pause, and if you don't see why something happened, then rewind it, go back, what is going on here, how do I follow? And so it'll probably be broken down into 3, maybe 4 videos, just to make sure they're not too big. And so here we go. Your assignment was page 356, 25 to 36. So I look at 25, and a lot of us, we started this together, but just in case you don't have it done, it said 5/8 p minus 2.5 equals 2. As I look at this 2.5, I'm not a big fan of that. What do I do with that mixed number? So I'm just going to erase it and figure out what is the mixed number that goes with that. So you J-hook it. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 gives me 5/2. So I'm going to erase that out, and instead of having 2.5 there, I'm going to put in 5/2. Then I don't like those fractions. So I'm going to do something to make them disappear. I can't just erase them, but I'm going to come up with a number that would simplify them out. So I look, and at the bottom I've got 8 and I've got 2. So I think, what is the number that both 8 and 2 go into? Yeah, you could choose either 8 or 16. I'm going to choose 8 because it's smaller. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a big parentheses around here, and I'm going to take that 8 and I'm going to multiply it into every single thing. So here, what happens is I do 8 times 5, and then I divide that by 8. Some of you may see that you could simplify it out quicker than that, but basically 8 times 5 is 40, divided by 8 gives me 5p. Then I'm going to take this 8 and multiply it over here. So this time's 8 times 5, but divided by 2. So I get minus 20. And then do not forget to multiply it by your whole numbers. 8 times 2 gives me 16. So now I have a nice new problem. 5p minus 20 equals 16. So now I just keep following the process that I did before. This is a lot nicer. They're equivalent. I just got rid of those fractions so it doesn't look quite as scary. So I draw my line down. How am I going to undo minus 20? Good, you're going to add 20 to both sides. When I do that, I run out of room. So I'm going to stop for a second and rewrite it. So I've rewritten it. Sorry if there was kind of a funny thing going on in the background. I stopped and paused and thought I'd erase my video. But here I am. So I've got the 5p minus 20 equals 16. I add 20 to both sides. And so here that simplifies out. Nice. Over on this side, 16 plus 20 gives me 36. And I drop down my 5p. Now that says 5 times p. How do I undo that? Well, I divide by 5. So 36 divided by 5 goes in there 7 times. I get 35. And my leftover is 1/5. So everything cancels out, and I've got p equals 7 1/5. A lot of you might have gotten 7.2 in your calculator, but if it starts as a fraction, it ends as a fraction. You may not go to decimals. So let's try the next one. Let's see, 26 says 1 1/3 p plus 1 equals 1 2/3. If I was you, I would not copy it down this way. I would just immediately copy it into your mixed numbers. So 1 times 3 plus 1 gives me 4/3 p plus 1 equals 5/3. Okay, draw my line down. I don't like those 3's in the bottom. I want to get rid of them. So what's your common denominator? Yeah, 3. So I'm going to multiply everything by 3. If you need to stop and think about that, or pause the video and try to do it yourself, totally cool. 3 times 4/3 p. 3 times 4 is 12. Divided by 3 is 4. You might see that there's just some cross simplification that can happen there. Here's the place everybody misses and gets the wrong answer. 3 times 1. Don't forget to times the 1. So you get plus 3 there. Then 3 times over here. So 3 times 5 is 15. Divided by 3 is 5. Then, now it's just this nice little question that I undo. So, minus 3, minus 3. I get 2. So I drop down my 4p. Here's the next place that people go wrong, because they divide by 4 and they think, oh, the answer is 2. No, the answer is not 2. It's 2 over 4. But you can simplify that. How do you simplify 2 over 4? Got it. Your answer is 1/2. Onward! Next question. This one actually is one of the easier ones on the assignment. It says 0.07x plus 995 equals 1247. Draw my line down and people say, oh no, there's decimals. Right, but you have a handy dandy calculator. So, how are you going to undo that? Well, you're just going to subtract the 995 because you undo your adding. So minus 995. And when you do that, you get, so you subtract that out on yourself, see what you get. You can pause if you need to. I get 252. Drop down my 0.07x. What is that doing right there? Yeah, it's timesing. So how do you undo times? Well, you divide by 0.07. Does it matter if that zero's in front? No. So divide by 0.07 over here. And when I do that, I get a whole number. X equals, what is that whole number? I'm not going to write it down because I want you to use your own calculator. But if I've gotten you this far, you can do it. So pause if you need to, and then I'm going on to the next one. 28. Negative 3/4 y plus 1/4 equals 1/2. Oh, nice. I don't have to do any making an improper, anything like that. So I'm going to look at the fractions. I've got 3/4, 1/4, 1/2. And you say, it's negative 3/4. Yes, but the point is I'm looking at the 4, the 4, the 2. What can undo those? Got it. I'm going to times everything by 4. Now you might say, well, why'd you put the number over on the right this time? Because I had room for it. It doesn't matter where it goes, on the right or the left, just so long as you have room. So, times 4. Negative 3 times 4, negative 12, divided by 4. What do you see? You just end up with negative 3y. That's why this is so nice. Plus 1 times 4 divided by 4 just gives you 1. But this one's a little different. 1 times 4 is 4 divided by 2 because it's a different number on the bottom. Still gives me 2. Now it's a nice problem. This bottom one in red is way nicer than the black one, in my opinion, because you've gotten rid of those fractions. So now I've got to undo, do I undo the plus or the times negative 3? Got it. Minus 1, minus 1. So I get 1 and negative 3y over here. At this point in time, what I heard a whole bunch of people today say, but Mrs. Beaver, it's 0.3 repeating and you told me I couldn't get a decimal. You are right, because it started as a fraction, but you're done. Negative 1/3 is your answer. You have found it. It's okay to leave it as negative 1/3. So you'd rewrite it as y equals negative 1/3, and all is well. So I'm going to stop there with this video. Why don't you go on and try 29 and 30 by yourself before you check the next video. This may have gotten you to a place where you can do it on your own. And if not, go to the next video. Totally cool.